He has brought it, capable of dropping 30. He did that on New Year's Eve against App State. The very beginning of Southern Miss's venture into the Sun Belt Conference, which was a great move for Southern Miss as an athletic department. Although that is not a great move to start the second half. Jay Ladner is a part of the team. He is not on the team, so don't throw him the ball.
Yes, I mean, I feel like Ladner, I mean, his playing days are over, but maybe if he was ready for the shot, you think he would make it?
His face is red, and we're 14 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand. I mean, I felt like they probably drew that play up. This is going to be the first play coming out of the half, and then it doesn't get executed. You got to be a little upset.
Yeah, wasn't it? 14 turnovers for Southern Miss, 11 though for UAB, so it's kind of been a moot point. Brewer, 3 around and out. Those have not fallen on either side. 3 for 13 now, UAB. Hasse to the corner. Crowley missed that. Loose ball rebound picked up. Try it again in the corner for Pinckney.
Yeah, that is just off of a second chance point there, or winning the 50-50 balls there. But what you're seeing here is Southern Miss keep the ball alive by being available and attacking those boards.
Gaines knifing through the defense, but missing the floater. Here's Mo Arnold being guarded by Gaines. Hasse. They'll give him 3 for that. Thought his foot might be on the line, but Southern Miss on a 6-0 run to start the half.
That's what Hasse does. He will bring your traditional big all the way out on the perimeter and put him in situations that they don't want to be in. Jemison is a true post player. He wants to guard post players, and so it makes it tough to guard a guy like Hasse, who in their conference, they don't see guys like that.
Nice move to the bucket. Crowley missing in transition, though. That all started by Pinckney guarding in the post, then bringing the ball up the floor. Buffin, strong, no whistle. Shot clock reset, Gaines for 3. Rebound, Jemison missed the jam.
It's a lot of opportunities, missed ones for UAB that they could capitalize on.
Hasse missed the 3. Tell you what, this thing's got some pace to it, and it's going to run us into one of the experimental rules for the NIT. They always talk about 4-minute wars in college basketball because the media timeouts are every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Not so much in the NIT this year. We'll get our timeout at the under 17. Jelly Walker, that's his first 2-point bucket today.
Talked about Jelly Walker implementing himself in the offense, really just starting to get himself going in an offensive rhythm, and that comes with just being in attack mode.
Got the under 17. We'll have an under 11 here in the second half. We will not have a called timeout, leading us into a commercial timeout. Inside, Hasse rolls around and out. I don't think the players will think much about that. Air ball by Mo Arnold. But it will play a little bit with your rhythm. And on that note, here is the under 17 for the first time in college basketball history.
Welcome.
3-point game, getting Southern Miss going in the second half. It's Pinckney, it's Hasse, and it's the Eagles on top.
Hey, Otto!
Bring home A Man Called Otto, one of the best films of the year.
Hello. Hi, I have great...
Oh, no. Robot.
It's a deep, powerful comedy.
My father used to smile like that.
I'm not smiling.
Exactly.
A Man Called Otto. Buy it now on Blu-ray.
The Sport Clips MVP haircut experience is like nothing else in the world. And now, it's better than ever. It's a perfectly steamed hot towel, infused with our signature scent. A 7-point massaging shampoo. And neck and shoulder, Nirvana. Oh yeah. The MVP haircut experience, only at Sport Clips.
Hey guys, it's Brady from 103.5 KISS FM, and did you know my show sounds even better from the speakers of a brand new Chevy? It is true. Find yours and your local Chevy dealer at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Hi, I'm here for...
Your annual eye exam.
Exactly. I'm here because I'm having trouble reading. Exactly.
They sort of make me feel...
Like I'm the most fabulous thing you've ever seen? Like lightning is running up and down your spine?
Exactly.
I'll take them.
Same order, same time, every game day. Which means more tips for your dasher, business for your corner store, and just maybe a superstitious boost for your team. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business.
As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem.
Yeah.
Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Well, if you want to win them all, you have to win the first. First round of the NIT, Southern Miss up a point over UAB. But back in 1987, Southern Miss did win them all. Knocked off Ole Miss in the first round. Then beat SLU in overtime, Vanderbilt, Nebraska, and LaSalle in the final. Jay Ladner was a sophomore on that team. He's now the head coach at Southern Miss, and really, John credits his entire professional career to having been a sophomore on that 87 NIT title team.
Yeah, he even talked about it, opening up doors for him to jump into the coaching world. He says he wasn't the best player on that team by far, but he did say that it did create opportunities that he never would have had he not been on that team. He got his first high school job from that. He got his first college job from that. And so from there, it just went on and on and on, where he was able to build his pedigree and learn from the best.
Certain amount of street cred that comes with you. 13 points for KJ Buffin, putting UAB back in front out of the timeout. Hattiesburg is a basketball town, Jay Ladner told us, and they have fans in the stands today with shirts that say basketball town and a star on Hattiesburg. This has been a remarkable season. Nice little finger roll, does not fall for Mo Arnold. UAB with a chance to stretch the lead. Instead, it coughs it up. Crowley gave it right back. Jelly Walker, nice spin against Hasse. Saw the mismatch. He's found Buffin in transit. Unselfish Jelly, and Buffin has 15.
Yes, like we talked about, frenetic pace, couple of turnovers, but UAB able to get the ball back in their possession and finish in transition.
We got a whistle off the screen. I mean, if Buffin's going to run the floor, you've got to find the guy.
Absolutely, and you see him there, just being available, keeping his dribble alive to go around Pinckney, who was considering taking that charge.
Wrap up the point on Jay Ladner and Southern Miss. Hattiesburg is a town that rallies around this team. They had more than 8,000 fans in attendance, second biggest crowd since 1984 when they played Louisiana Lafayette. You played at Asheville.
Yeah.
That's a town that rallies around a good team. What's it like when you walk around as the man?
Well, walking around downtown, everybody knows you and things like that. But also the thing is, and I'm talking about Asheville, like, if you're not winning, they don't know you. So that's also a good thing, because then you're not being ridiculed as bad. But
shot clock at the horn for Aguirre. The guy hadn't scored in a month and a half, and he has 8 points. Back tied.
I like Aguirre. I feel like his mentality is every single time, even if he doesn't play, he's like, I don't care, I'm cold.
I'm cold. They're gonna know him at the Piggly Wiggly tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely.
Inside, ball slips through the hands of Davis.
And he's gonna be Piggly Wiggly shopping and getting his essentials. They're gonna say, I saw you hitting a 3 the other day.
Twice?
Twice, yes I did.
Noah Neftali Alvarez, starting point guard, has a Jones fracture in his foot. That guy comes in off the bench. He played 1 minute in the conference quarterfinals. And Aguirre has 8 points today. Davis, in the meantime, at the free throw line. Just a 65% shooter. That's his first point tonight. There's Alvarez keeping warm underneath that number 2 jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, there's a steady breeze going on in here.
17th missed game today, and it changes a lot for you when you don't have your point guard. Hasse is their point center at Southern Miss, but you got to have somebody get you into your offense, and that's Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez gets you past half court, and then you let Hasse handle the rest as far as running the offense, but you got to get there.
Oh, speaking of running your offense, that's a goaltend. The pass, though, that set it up by Hasse.
Great pass, and we talked about his facilitating ability, being able to process that so quickly and put his teammates in advantageous situations where they can score the ball.
And the thing on Tony, that is a goaltend, but somebody in the crowd, I'm sure, has a picture of it, and you won't know the result when he hangs it on his wall as an adult.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, I like Tony. I really do. I like saying the names. I want to sing after I say it. But with that being said, the guy's got some incredible athleticism.
I think we had a substitution issue. Donovan Ivory is going back to the locker room for Southern Miss.
Yeah, he stepped on a foot on his way back, backpedaling.
So that was the stoppage. Inside, Lovin. Loose ball fight. Winds up with UAB. And a whistle rising. Javian Davis just struggling through a double team.
Yeah, I didn't know which way that was going to go because Javian Davis was throwing out elbows like you're throwing out haymakers, and so I didn't know which way that was going to go for a second.
It's the second foul on Hasse. Shot clock resets to 20, right into Buffin, and his layup drops. 17 for KJ Buffin. He was scoreless in the Conference USA Final, the loss to FAU. That is a huge difference maker, and maybe the biggest for UAB.
Yeah, and watching that game against FAU, they were going at him, targeting him, trying to get him in foul trouble.
Aguirre kind of got it to Pinckney, and a whistle, offensive.
We talked about Buffin. He does the little things. All those things add up to more possessions for his team. He scores the ball, but also showing his ability to be early, often on defense, drawing that charge.
And knowing where the charge circle is.
Knowing where the charge circle is. I'm going to tell you right now, I wasn't a charge taker, but I'd be on that line every time. I know it.
You said that so hypothetically aware.
And I know myself.
If I did it.
If I tried to take charges, I don't know where to start.
We've got a timeout here. Called on the court. Jay Ladner is just standing, arms folded.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Get 0% APR plus 500 bonus cash and no payments for 90 days on select models. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
BK Meltzer here, everyone say cheese. Classic bacon and spicy. Flame grilled double on the toasted bun with the caramelized onions. Now I want one. BK, have it your way.
Kids are so expensive, Dad. Now Katie needs braces.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. You can save hundreds.
I don't know, Dad.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. You could save hundreds.
It's a great idea, TV Dad.
But I said the exact same thing.
Someday when you're a father, you'll understand.
I'm his father.
It's not a competition.
Listen to your TV Dad. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average.
Metro offers MLS Season Pass.
On us.
What about for existing customers?
Yep.
Every match?
I bet that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Says it on the poster.
Plus, get unlimited 5G for $25 now at Metro.
Hey, Otto! Bring home A Man Called Otto, one of the best films of the year.
Hello. Hi, I have great.
Oh, no, robot. It's a deep, powerful comedy.
My father used to smile like that.
I'm not smiling.
Exactly.
A Man Called Otto. Buy it now on Blu-ray.
Hi, I'm here for...
Your annual eye exam.
Exactly. I'm here because I'm having trouble reading. Exactly.
They sort of make me feel...
Like I'm the most fabulous thing you've ever seen? Like lightning is running up and down your spine?
Exactly.
I'll take them.
Don't forget to fill out your men's NCAA tournament brackets while there's still time. Head to ESPN.com/bracket to fill out up to 25 men's brackets with the ESPN Tournament Challenge. You can pick that man right there. Huggy Bear, West Virginia, 8-9 game here in Birmingham. Take on Maryland, winner of that game. Presumably, will play the #1 overall seed, the Alabama Crimson Tide, in essentially a home game for Alabama, but I'm sure Bob Huggins would take it.
Yeah, he would take that in a heartbeat. I mean, he doesn't mind being in hostile environments. He doesn't mind any of that. The guy's been coaching since the 70s. He's seen just about everything.
You filling out 25 brackets?
I would never.
Did you fill out your one yet?
I haven't.
Are you taking West Virginia? And if not, are you going to go explain to Bob why before he leaves?
No, either way, I'm just not going to answer that. I don't want any smoke with Bob Huggins at this point. Not saying I would choose Alabama, but I just don't want any smoke with Bob Huggins.
Houston Cougars are also playing in Birmingham this week. Nice kick to the corner. Jelly Walker hasn't scored a ton of points. That would have been another assist. He has been involved in the ballgame. Just 11 points, though, for the nation's second leading scorer.
Yeah, he's been taking more of a facilitating role, just making the right reads based on what the defense has given him. And then at this point, you got to trust your teammates to kind of hold it down for you.
2-point lead here for UAB. They are the seeded team in this matchup at a travel. That's the 17th Southern Miss turnover. Winner takes on the #1 seed in this region, presumably Clemson Tigers. They play tomorrow against Morehead State. You got two #1s here in Birmingham for the NCAA tournament with Alabama and Houston. #1 seed most likely to win it all in your eyes. There's Walker to the rim. Rebound, put back. Oh, it's KJ Buffin with now 19. Is it the #1 overall seed, Alabama? Do you see Purdue maybe making a run?
I can see Purdue making some noise. I mean, they're just unique because of their size and ability to impact the paint and get high percentage shots in the post.
3, Crowley, long, and the rebound, Tony. Houston Cougars are obviously going to be a popular one. Just being the #1 team for much of the season. The way they play defense, another turnover. That's now 14 for UAB.
The ball might be slippery or something.
It's gotta be
slipping out of everybody's hands.
It'll be slipping all the way up to South Carolina. Clemson takes on Morehead tomorrow. Michigan and Toledo are playing right now. Great matchup between the regular season champion in the Mid-American Conference and the Michigan Wolverines. That is
solid this year.
89-77 lead for Michigan, though. So it looks like Todd Kowalczyk's team's going to come up short. That game has now gone final, so Michigan will advance. Don't let that impact your point about Toledo being good. Shot clock at 11. Aguirre the drive, the kick. Here's Hasse. Nice kick into the corner. 3 is short. And we've got a whistle. Basketball over the backboard.
Even though Southern Miss didn't convert anything offensively, I love how they were moving and sharing the ball there.
Although neither coach seems pleased with anything. Meantime, another region tie game. 2 seconds left. Hofstra and Rutgers in the NIT tonight. Here's Gaines, left hand, no. Stays here with the shot clock at 20. Rutgers, maybe the #1 snub in the NCAA tournament in some people's minds. The one team Joe Lunardi got wrong.
Yeah, I could see how, like, a lot of people were disappointed in Rutgers not making it. They really did have a compelling season, and I think some of that's got to do with expectation.
Davis missed at the rim. You just don't walk into Jersey Mike's Arena.
Yeah, you don't.
That will forever be the rack. That will forever be the 18th turnover. We got 12 minutes left to go.
We got 18 turnovers for Southern Miss, and this could be their Achilles heel in today's game. If they can't continue, put together some meaningful offensive possessions.
Now, the good news is that UAB has not taken advantage. 20 points off of turnovers, which is a lot, but not off 18 turnovers.
Imagine what they could do if they were efficient with the 18 turnovers that they've created.
UAB's taken 10 more shots because of those turnovers. Gaines, LSU transfer. Gave it away. Stays here.
You're seeing Southern Miss put a lot of pressure on Gaines and making him uncomfortable. He hasn't looked comfortable this entire game as far as just doing what he's occasionally able to do.
Jemison sets the screen and rolls. 7 on the shot clock. Big bounce for Buffin. He's been awesome. 21 points for KJ Buffin. When he plays well, we play well. That's what assistant coach Ryan Cross told us before the game tonight, and it could not have been more prophetic.
Yeah, and Buffin has been in attack mode. You know, one of the things he's done is gone square at Haase each time he gets an opportunity, and really just making him have to work additionally on defense. It's worked out well for him.
Lead back up to 6. The crowd's behind UAB now, and that's turnover 19. It's Buffin again. Nice dump off. Rise and rock. Taven loving the slam. Timeout. Southern Miss. The lead has ballooned back to 8.
Defense leading the offense here, where you were seeing UAB getting themselves in a fantastic rhythm from defense.
8-0 run for the Blazers. Round 1 of the NIT. Light it up.
When you hear Ohio, you might picture cornfields, but we're more than that. From vibrant large metropolitans to quaint small towns, experience lakes, rolling hills, food, festivals, the arts, and more, while embracing the beauty of changing seasons. The state's affordability, growing economy, and entertainment are just a few of our favorite things. Yet it's our diverse culture and lively spirit that make Ohio's people its greatest asset. That's why you belong here. Explore careers and life in Ohio at morethancornfields.com.
I used to pre-rinse dishes because my old detergent didn't actually get them clean. But new Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently.
Scrub, soak, note. I just scrape, load, and I'm done.
Only Platinum Plus is bigger, with double the Dawn grease-fighting power and double the scrubbing power. So you can load this and get this.
I'm not the type to break the dish rules. Or am I?
Scrape, load, done. New Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Now you'll never be far from my mouth, I whispered as I bit into the vanilla caramely goodness and gripped the chair. Whew, it hurt like hell, but tasted so good. We were all 4 drumsticks to the wind, then it wasn't even 8 a.m. Even for us, that was a lot of drumstick. Then it hit us. We were eating mini drums. How'd you get so small and delicious? But they couldn't answer. They were already in our mouths. Another day, another drumstick.
I'm feeling better.
Body pain? Headache?
Nope. All in one and done.
Congestion?
Better.
Cough? Fever?
Better.
Mucinex All-in-One relieves 9 symptoms in 1 dose. It's not cold and flu season. It's always comeback season.
So, you found the number 7 then?
It's amazing.
Hydrates better than the expensive stuff.
I don't live here, so I'm taking this and whatever's in the back.
It's already sold in the US.
But I'm not taking any chances.
The UK's #1 skincare has crossed the pond.
Michaela Schifrin, the winningest skier in history.
It doesn't matter how many wins or whatever, it's just go for it.
Schifrin has made history.
KJ Buffin has been a bully in the post, in the paint all night long, just imposing his will, creating in a myriad of ways, doing whatever it takes, drawing contact and still finishing at a consistent clip. You see him being available on the offensive boards as well, splitting the defense, just going into the chest of whoever is in front of him. And you're seeing now he's got 21 points, 7 rebounds. 4 of those rebounds are offensive. So he's creating more opportunities on the offensive end for himself as well as his teammates.
Over 20 points for the 8th time in his career. He had 25 against South Carolina in a big SEC win for UAB earlier this season. As much attention, John, as Jelly Walker gets, second leading scorer in the country, I think KJ Buffin might be the most important player to who UAB is.
He really is, because his activity on the boards at all times. If you miss a shot, he's going to work really hard, extremely hard, to win that second chance point or to win the loose ball battles. And what that does is, when you have a Jelly Walker out of rhythm, when you have a Gaines out of rhythm, how do they get him rhythm? Somebody's got to keep the ball alive, and one of those guys is KJ Buffin.
Well, and somebody else has to draw attention, right?
Absolutely.
Double team in the corner. Walker missed over top of it. Fighting for the ball, though, it's KJ Buffin. And there's a foul. It goes against Southern Miss. That was 2-on-1, and he drew the contact.
Yes, exactly. He's around, surrounded by 2 players. I don't know if I agree with that, but at some point, because he's working like he's working, the referees have to make something happen there.
I thought Donovan Ivory maybe was pushed before he pushed.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I agree with that, but
Brewer is contacted on the make, though, so count that bucket in the foul. And UAB now up again by 10. Largest lead was 11 points. Back toward the end of the first half for the Blazers. And Brewer will leave the extra point on the court. Southern Miss has gone 4 minutes with nothing.
Now, this is where your floor general on Alvarez really starts to make an impact on how you're playing.
Mo Arnold missed the floater. A little bit more falling on Mo Arnold's shoulders without Alvarez because of injury. Walker missing. It's been a tough night. 3 for 10, 11 points for a man that averages 23. Arnold, nice pass, led Mormon inside, out to Hasse. His three's long. That's who you have to go to, right? 22 in black?
Yeah, I mean, Hasse needs to get more touches. He needs to be more impactful on the offensive end by facilitating once he gets the ball. You just wonder if he's starting to get a little fatigued because of the pressure that's being put on the post, like what you saw there with Jemison, just attacking, being aggressive, and dominating the paint.
Now 12 points for Trey Jemison. First bucket here in the second half. Inside, Hasse forced it. Loose ball picked up by UAB. That is 20 Southern Miss turnovers. Buffin to the rack. Too strong, but there is a foul. That man was an out-of-control freight train. And he came down hard on his right leg.
It looks like he might have either a cramp. I'm hoping it's a cramp.
And he lands on his left and then immediately grabs his right.
That's why I was thinking, like a cramp or something like that. Just, he's been working like a madman. You know, that's that first inclination that it's coming. You got to stay active. You got to stay moving. Obviously, when you get some time, you got to hydrate.
Well, he's good enough to shoot the free throws. They keep the water coming. 22 points for KJ Buffin. He averages 10.5, the Ole Miss transfer. Taven Lovin returning. And Ty Brewer will come in to replace Buffin after the free throw, assuming he makes it here. This is a 15-2 Blazers run.
You and I talked about this at halftime. Even though it's a good game, how deadly UAB can be if they get themselves going on an offensive run. Where things start clicking their way, they can just really turn it on in a heartbeat.
That's the ovation for Buffin. 16 points is the difference. Largest of the game, Paley a three. And the rebound last touched by UAB. All right, we were talking to Austin Crowley at shoot-around today, and he said, we've got to tire out, particularly Jordan Walker, so that we can get to the under 8 and be the fresher team, because that's where the game is won.
Yeah.
And we're at about that point, and it's a gut check moment for the Eagles.
Yeah, you wonder if what the fatigue level is on the Eagles, though, as well.
Did Crowley predict his own funeral?
He did. He did. I feel that he did at this point, but I also understand, like, you wonder if they're fatigued by all of this, because UAB has been pounding and pounding and pounding them, especially in the paint, where that can serve as a way where you are also fatigued, tired, and a lot of that is because of Buffin. Jemison. Like, UAB has been points in the paint wise, just dominating Southern Miss.
And that is hilariously enough that you pointed out at this exact moment. UAB, in its blowout loss in the Conference USA Championship, lost the points in the paint to FAU, 42-18. You want to take a shot in the dark at what the points in the paint are tonight?
I mean,
if I told you 42-18,
I wanted to say it. I was just like, it can't be, though. It is
42-18.
Wow.
And now Crowley is grabbing at his ankle. Gonna retie those shoes. Do you think Andy Kennedy challenged his team enough to say we got to go in the paint and we have to enforce our will?
Yes, I think he challenged his team overall just to see how are you guys going to respond after that tough loss to FAU. Like, and then with the quick turnaround as it is, one of the things he talked to me about was, he's like, I'm going to see what these guys are made of. I'm going to see if they really want it. See if they still want to compete.
And that's, you've played in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
That is a lot of being successful in the NIT, is having that effort and will.
You have to have that mentality, because we talked about it before, like, it's unfinished business, right? If you have that unfinished business mentality, like, we still got more to prove, guys. If you have that, you know, maybe we were cut short on a situation that was out of our control. Those types of things that happen in those conference tournaments can either turn you into a situation of, I'm going to be petty about this thing, and us as a unit, we're going to go out and compete at a high clip, or is Cancun on 3?
Well, it's not Cancun on 3 yet for Southern Miss. They just turned it over for their 21st time, but then stole the inbounds. Either way, UAB missing the 3. Second chance. Jumper. Knock it down, Brewer. The lead is 14. Figure what? You've got to get this. I mean, the next dead ball is a timeout, but I'd say try to get this to 10 points.
Yeah, one of the things that Southern Miss has to do is they got to start getting stops and then also putting the ball in the basket. It's no help that you got Hasse out of the game right now, and one of your top facilitators as far as putting the ball in the right hands, but also showing his ability to score.
Walker, spot up, knocks down a 3. Second leading scorer in the country. He's now 4 for 11 for 14 points, and it's not come easily. But at the moments that UAB is needed, Walker's been there.
He's had to earn all of those points, and we talked about Southern Miss trying to apply as much pressure and take Jelly Walker out of his spots offensively. I feel like they've done that for the most part, but you can never give that kid daylight.
Crowley ends a near 8-minute drought. Southern Miss not quite done yet at the under 7. But Jelly Walker This is what he's done for the last 2 years.
Letting him know he gets an ISO situation. Said that's too much daylight. Let me go ahead and put some clouds on you.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Get 0% APR plus 500 bonus cash and no payments for 90 days on select models. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
BK Muscle here, everyone say cheese. Classic bacon and spicy. Flame grilled double on the toasted bun with the caramelized onions. Now I want one. BK, have it your way.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want, like a vintage turntable, so you can get back into vinyl.
Nice choice.
And 2% cash back on what you need, like a new needle for your record player. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. That's real life ready.
Yo, you gotta try this new X. It's the fine fragrance. Go. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. You gon' around the town. Off this way, doing on the show. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. You gon' around the town. Off this way. The new X Fine Fragrance Collection. Smell finer than the finest fragrances with the GOAT.
So gentle.
Switch to Verizon and get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. And keep your own phone.
I love that we both got an awesome network and save money doing it.
Hey, we're sitting on a sign here!
That's Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line. Verizon.
Pop cut fizz, yeah, that's it. You do you, I do me, that's lit. I'm a snack, 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 snack. That's my flavor.
Chips Ahoy, here for happy.
Seven minutes left to go here in the first round between UAB and Southern Miss. Michigan has already advanced. Vanderbilt and Yale playing over on ESPNU. Clemson will take on Morehead State tomorrow. Morehead State's best win this season is against Ken Palm 205 Georgia Southern. So that would be certainly an upset if Morehead State could knock off Clemson. We'll play the hypothetical game. UAB is up here if Clemson wins its first round game. How do you like that matchup? If Southern Miss comes back, how do you like that matchup?
I think that UAB is built to combat against Clemson a little bit better than Southern Miss, even though Southern Miss's defense would present problems for Clemson. But I think UAB would make the better game to compete against Clemson just because of the personnel, their size, their ability to create turnovers and run them. Clemson kind of wants to, they're opportunistic on the break, but they don't mind playing the slow game. While UAB, they're going to play fast, so it'll just make for an entertaining basketball game.
Both these teams trying to make runs that they have made in this tournament in the past. And another turnover for Southern Miss. That's 22.
Felipe Haase has really struggled in taking care of the ball and just making the right decisions on some of those passes.
Brewer, rise, rimrock, baseline runner.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that there was a handful of Southern Miss team players that made business decisions. I think they made life decisions at that point. Just made sure that they were not in that jungle when all that was going down.
Crowley missing the jumper. Nice save by Jemison. Season high turnovers is 25 for Southern Miss. That was at UNLV back on December 23rd. It goes both ways, though. 3. Jemison the rebound. Southern Miss has also forced the most steals against a Division I opponent in the country this year. They forced Lamar into 21 of them. Pinkney. It's a frustrating dichotomy. We've got a whistle on the ground. There's Brewer with everybody just kind of getting out of the way.
Yeah, that is just pretty much just, you know, just think about this, okay? Like, you got a family, you know, you got to think about your future kids at this point. I got daughters, man. Like, I understand. Like, there was time frames where I was just like, I'm probably not going to get into this lane.
I got to look my family in the eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Hase's three is long. Southern Miss is under 30% for the game. Gaines is held, hits the bucket. They could call that intentional. I don't think they will. Although Andy Kennedy, I think, was just asking.
Yeah, and you're seeing Hase is really frustrated at this point. Just nothing's really going in his direction as far as his shots being made and things like that. And so, and then a couple of the turnovers. But yeah, there, you know, that's just a frustration foul.
It's been a phenomenal season for Southern Miss, and there's still 5:45 left to go in this game. But Southern Miss, if it does not come back, will have an 18-win turnaround. The NCAA Division I record was 19. It's happened twice. Doesn't look like it'll happen a third time, but Jay Ladner has something to now build off of.
Yes, absolutely. And this team, we talked about the turnaround of how this team was able to make such a big jump. And a lot of that is because of them being connected. Like, you know, you know, a lot of the players even talked about it. It was like, they like doing things together. They like hanging out. They like being together, going to movies, playing laser tag. I was baffled at the fact that they said laser tag.
How many, I feel like every college basketball team plays more laser tag than anybody else.
Yeah, I was just baffled. I don't remember doing that, but
Aguirre doesn't remember anything leading up to this moment right here. He has 11 points. He had not scored in a month and a half.
Yeah, you know, he's unconscious and that kind of stuff. At this point, people are telling him, like, hey, you know you didn't play. Yeah, but if I did, though. If I did, though.
Now he has the answer to if I did, though.
Told you. That's his answer.
Gaines fading away. Rebound, Southern Miss. Down by 17. Aguirre saving it. I mean, just give it to him at this point.
You got to see.
3 more. Missed wild right. Rising up and a block. Jemison, and Jay Ladner just chucked his jacket onto the court and has been teed up.
Like, I mean, he really slammed that coat.
If only he had a chair. Ladner's been frustrated with calls all night. We even went to a timeout earlier where he just stood at midcourt with his arms crossed.
Yeah, you know that's a big deal when you slam that coat and all the contents in that coat comes out of it.
There it is at the top of the screen where Jay Ladner lets go the scouting report out of the pocket too.
Yeah, there might have been other things. He might have keys in there. And did you see keys?
I did not. You put keys in your jacket pocket?
Sometimes you do. You don't want them in your pants if you're sitting down. Poke you in the leg.
Jelly Walker hits the free throws, both of them. And now, possession to UAB as well. Excuse me, possession to Southern Miss. This is the thing about, like, coaches dressing down nowadays, though. Had Jay Ladner just gone to the polo, what's he going to throw in that instance?
He's just going to, you know, you do like the toddler stomp, you know, when you just stomp your feet real hard and stuff like that. You got to get the attention, though.
We've got a foul called on Jelly Walker. That's the second on Jordan Jelly Walker, senior out of Port Washington, New York City. I feel like, you ever have a Globey stunt like that? And we've got another foul called on UAB, and now the crowd's going to throw their jackets.
Wow, I mean, you can definitely hear the frustration here in the arena. Jelly Walker was calling travel before the foul.
Haase off the inbounds, back to Aguirre, and he's fouled. So that's now 3 consecutive UAB fouls. Jay Ladner has taken control as Aguirre heads to the free throw line.
Sometimes you got to take a tech or two to let them know that you can be heard here.
I mean, what a great story and a night here for Aguirre. He had 31 points all year. He now has 12 tonight, filling in for Neftali Alvarez. Women's basketball tournament starts up this weekend. Make sure you catch the Bird and Taurasi show, especially around the Final Four and Women's National Championship game. Talk about it on social as well. Hit up that hashtag Bird Taurasi. Pressure here for Southern Miss, trying to work themselves back into this game with 4 to go. Lovin just tried to make the poster of all time. Free throws forthcoming.
Taven Lovin is definitely capable of that. I've seen this guy in fast breaks go off of 1 foot and just windmilly in the open floor. I mean, this is a situation where you know Haase does not play above the rim, and Lovin is a kid that plays above the rim. Haase had to make that business decision and foul.
Now it is the 5th foul for Felipe Haase. So his season comes to a close and his career comes to a close. Grad student. After transferring from Mercer his 1 year at Southern Miss, he ends up with 7 points, 5 boards, and a career high 7 assists. That young man is going to make a lot of money for a long time. And, you know, we didn't have a chance to talk about it earlier, but his personality, Jay Ladner told us the story earlier today. He was at Raising Cane's last week, and a woman in front of him, credit card was declined. He picked up the bill. Woman sent an email to the athletic director at Southern Miss and to Jay Ladner. Said, just wanted to let you know and compliment you, the type of young men you have in your program.
Yeah, he was the catalyst to the big turnaround. Him and Alvarez, of course, but the catalyst to the huge turnaround that Southern Miss was able to make in such a storied season. And a lot of that is because of a good guy. I mean, a kid that had several options to go to some high majors for his final grad year and chose Southern Miss. A lot of that because of Cardona, but a lot of that also because of the guys around that bought into the things that they were bringing to the table.
Game has gone sideways now for Southern Miss, down by 22. Game high lead for UAB. So the Blazers advance a year after, well, I don't want to put the toothpick in the club sandwich yet, but a year after playing in the NCAA tournament, looking to advance onto the next round of the NIT. Buffin does put an exclamation point. 26 points, season high for KJ Buffin. He's been awesome.
KJ Buffin is having himself a game.
Harris knows he needs 3, then he picks him up.
Yeah, and the way that Buffin's closed out on Harris, I mean, he's not known for the 3. And so, but at this point, Southern Miss will take anything they can.
Gaines, nice pass. Trey Jemison! His name is Trey, and he's got a basketball game today.
Yeah, and you were also seeing kind of that body language of Southern Miss start to slump a little bit. Starting to show.
14 for Jemison. He forces Southern Miss into a timeout. But how about this young man's night?
Yeah, Buffin has really been playing at a high clip.
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my Freedom Unlimited card. Earning on my favorite soup. Got it. Earning on Daddy Clear. Don't touch it. Don't touch it yet. Let me get the big one. Nope.
This one?
Nope.
This one?
Yes. No.
Wait.
The big one.
They're all the same size.
Wait. Let me get them all. Let me get them all. Earn big with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase. Make more of what's yours.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted.
You know I didn't come to play.
with America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Get 0% APR plus 500 bonus cash and no payments for 90 days on select models. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Metro offers MLS Season Pass.
On us.
What about for existing customers?
Yup.
Every match?
I bet that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Says it on the poster.
Plus, get unlimited 5G for $25. Now at Metro.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like marinated oven-roasted chicken tossed in our new hot lemon pepper sauce, kinda better. And now you can find them on the Papa Pairings menu. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each, only from Papa John's.
While Larry was injured and Adam was off making an art film, Edge and I asked David Letterman to Dublin to talk about our songs.
Bono and the Edge.
Upgrade to the Disney Bundle for even more.
Oh, it's daylight saving time.
What's the big deal?
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 I'll get a card.
Get 2.
Scott's Day Long Saving is the biggest deal of the year. Stock up early and save up to $20 on the best Scott's products.
The Women's NCAA tournament heats up this weekend. First 4 starts tomorrow night. Then the first and second rounds Friday through Monday. Of course, bookmark Sunday, April 2nd as the national championship. We are in the first round of the NIT here in Birmingham, Alabama. 25-point lead for UAB. John Williams, Joel Gadet. John, in the last 9 minutes, UAB has dropped 28 points. I'll do the quick math for you. That's on pace for 124 in a complete game. That happened in a hurry.
It really does, and that's what we talk about, them being one of the top offensive teams in the country, simply because of how quickly they can put the ball in the basket.
Stepping on the sideline, UAB will give it right back. You know, part of the reason is defense into offense. We saw the turnover. Didn't result in anything here, but 24 Southern Miss giveaways. That's led directly to 30 UAB points.
Yeah, like it adds up in a quick second. And so the difference between the first half and the second half, I'd say, is just them UAB starting to convert those baskets, making those baskets actually turn into something of merit. Beforehand, it was just 2 teams turning the ball over, and you weren't getting anything.
Crowd starting to sense it. The bench is going to empty here at the next dead ball for both sides with 1:05 left to go. Last time we may see Jelly Walker inside this arena. Smith on the kick out. Aguirre already has 12 points tonight. That is a third of his points for the year. And Andy Kennedy asking for a clock stoppage so that he can both sub his guys in and sub them out. This is the ovation for UAB.
Yeah, great group. Advancing in this NIT tournament, that's going to be big for them.
This is what happens when you sub in everybody that's not used to playing. No one was there to inbound the ball. Andy Kennedy just looked over at Ryan Donahue and said, hey, I know I put you in the game, but you got to actually go play.
Yeah, listen, as long as they don't shoot the ball in the wrong end of the floor, you're good money.
85 points for UAB. That is just above their season average. What you would expect on offense from the Blazers to advance in the NIT. Pull up. 3 rattles down for Ephraim Johnson, the only freshman on the roster.
Yeah, Ephraim Johnson just doesn't get a lot of minutes, but definitely taking advantage of his opportunity today.
Here's Tate Ryder for Southern Miss, and a whistle for the reach. That foul is the first on Seth Sigmund, the former walk-on student manager. You got to look at the fouled out Felipe Hasse. Listen, no shame for Southern Miss. They won the Sun Belt this year, regular season, after winning 7 games last year. Historically, one of the greatest turnarounds in NCAA history.
Yeah,
just wasn't good enough tonight.
Yeah, you just don't see that happening in a lot of teams. Usually, when it's a bad situation, it continues to get worse. Here, we saw Southern Miss take a storied turnaround and make something special happen with a great season. You got to tip your hat off to this team, how they fought, how they competed for an entire season.
Every storybook has an ending. For Southern Miss, it is in the first round of the NIT. For UAB, it's that chip on your shoulder. Played in the NCAA tournament last